Hi, welcome back to Talk of the Town. I'm Bhavna Vanan, and today we have a very special guest with us, Shilpa Narayan. She is a singer-songwriter, and she's been featured on The Voice's Carson Daily and also Vibe magazine, as well as AOL Music. You've opened for artists like Waka Flocka, Whale, and Culture Shock, and performed at some pretty amazing venues like Apollo, Diwali at Times Square, and New York Fashion Week. So welcome to the show, Shilpa.
Another hour goes by, another day in the life, and every day is like another empty blue sky. In a world where you blend, in a land built by men, you don't wanna offend until our own better end. All I know is just a path you pave, the words we say, the vow.
Renegade was the very first video I ever put out. I'd put out an album in 2012 in the summer, but didn't do videos. I was kind of afraid of putting myself that out there. And then with Renegade, I was like, you know what, I need to just completely go for it. And I need to do a video, and if I'm going to do this video, I need to go 100% for it. So what we did is we went to the Mojave Desert, shot the video for Renegade out there, did like a full day shoot. About the theme of being a renegade and kind of being a rebel, and it was something that we thought wasn't really out there yet, and it was me and my co-writer Jordan Garner, and we had this song in our head but didn't have the right beat for it, didn't have any idea what the tune would be. We just knew we wanted a song about being a renegade, and then we got this beat sent to us by Jordan Ware for Right Mind Beats, and he sent it to us, and I was like, this is perfect, like this is the Renegade song.
I don't follow convention, it's not the right behavior. This isn't what we taught her. I hope somehow he'll see that. But isn't that the point? Now I am my own dictator.
Do you consider yourself a renegade or a rebel? Just growing up and experiencing, you know, just the Indian environment and getting into music and things like that.
I haven't gone for, you know, the traditional path that I thought I was going to take. And when we wrote the song Renegade, it was all about going for your dream and going for things that might not be the popular choice to make, but is the right choice for you. So that was me being a rebel, I guess.
So when you were growing up, just as a child, how did you get exposed to music?
My mom is actually a really good singer. She's done Bollywood type of music, so I grew up listening to that. And then when I was 19, I just bought a guitar and I started singing, and no one had ever heard me sing. I'd never taken lessons. And I was like, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna put this video on YouTube. I learned 4 chords by myself, and I took this like video in my bathroom and just sitting on the floor with my head cut off because I was so nervous about what people were gonna think about it. And I started posting YouTube videos and got support that way.
Hey baby, when we first met, I never felt something so strong. You were like a lover and my best friend, all wrapped in one with a ribbon on it. And all of a sudden you went left, I didn't know how to follow. It's like a shock that spun me around. Now I'm hearted, I feel so empty and hollow.
So let's talk about your first album and how that came to be. Was that while you were still in school?
I actually took a job in finance right out of school, and so I moved to New York. And my first week in New York, I did this showcase and ended up winning this showcase. It was the second time I've ever performed live. And with that, I got a management deal, got all these beats sent to me, and kind of met the right people in the city. And I started recording Stand Alone, which is the first album I put out, and had like 7 songs on it.
You've defeated me, you defeated me, oh not today. I'm gonna make it,
and I'll just find a way. At the end of the day, I'll stand alone, I'll stand alone, I'll stand alone, I'll stand alone, I'll stand alone.
Now tell us about your second album that you have releasing this year.
Yeah, so we're going to release it in summer, I'm hoping. I think everything always gets delayed, but I'm hoping to do it either in June or July. Renegade's the first song off of that, and then I'm hoping to release the second single probably in the next couple months and do a video for that. And I think it'll also be about 7 tracks, so we're keeping it pretty short.
Great. And speaking of performing on stage, you had performed at Diwali at Times Square, and that was it your first stage performance that you ever did?
First one for Renegade. Yeah, the very first show I did for Renegade, which was nerve-wracking because, you know, in my head I was like, oh, it probably won't be that big. You know, I didn't expect it was like 120,000 people there, and I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought maybe a couple thousand, and I was like, that's even nerve-wracking. And then when I got there, I was just in shock, but I mean, it was the most amazing experience of my life.
Not the right behavior, this isn't what we taught her. Hope somehow I'll say that. Isn't that the point? Now I am my own dictator. Oh na na, oh na na, oh na na, hey. Oh na na, oh na na, oh na na.
Now, apart from singing, I'm sure you're a very creative person. You would have a lot of hobbies that you do. What sorts of things you do besides singing?
I do a lot of writing, especially songwriting, of course, but also just journaling and things like that. And then, of course, the guitar. You know, I've been playing for the last 7-8 years, so that's something I always have to be practicing on.
Have to say is even better than I ever thought it could possibly be. It's perfect, it's passion. You're setting me free from all of the sadness, the tears that.
So where can we find you online? Your website, social media?
Sure. Yeah, my website is shilpanarayan.com. YouTube under Shilpa Narayan as well.
Well, thank you so much, Shilpa, for being with us on Talk of the Town. It was great hearing about your story, and we cannot wait for your second album to come out this year.
Thank you so much for having me.